I'm going to be making a chicken soup from scratch. I filled up this stock pot. I'm not exactly sure how many ounces it is, but you can see how large it is here from the side. It's really large. And I filled it up with about halfway with water. And I just poured one 32-ounce pack of whole kernel sweet corn. This is from the frozen aisle in there. I'm going to chop up one whole entire stalk of celery. And I don't want the pieces to be very, very small. I love chunky, hearty vegetables in my soup. All of the celery has been chopped, and I'm just going to add this to the pot. Okay, so I have about 11 carrots here in a variety of sizes. Okay, so the carrots have been peeled, and now it's time to chop. So my carrots are chopped, and as you can see, they're also chopped very large pieces. What I've noticed with this soup and making it in the past is because I cook it for so long, if I chop my carrots very small, they disintegrate. So I make them really chunky so that way they will get soft, but they won't like just disintegrate in the soup. So now we put them in. And I forgot to mention, but my stove is on, so I like to start getting a head start on the water boiling at this point. Next, we're going to rinse these onions, and we're not going to peel them. Okay, now that our onions are rinsed, we're just going to chop them one time in half. So our onions have been chopped in half, and remember I said don't peel them. The onions are going to serve as a flavoring and an aromatic more so than they are going to serve as an actual edible ingredient. So if you love onions and you want to not only have them to flavor the soup, definitely chop them up. But for me, I want this to flavor my soup more so than I want to actually be eating the onions. So I'm keeping the skin on because that helps to alleviate the actual onion from coming apart. And I just put it in my soup. Okay, so now the seasoning that I'm going to be using is going to be these chicken bouillon cubes. You can definitely go with a different brand if you can't find Knorr. It does not have to be this. There's so many different options. And for this size soup, I'm going to put in about 6 of them. And after I put in that, I'm going to finish off with some black pepper. And then just very lightly, I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes. I actually really like spicy food. My husband doesn't like it too much, but I'm going to put some of this in there just to enhance the flavor. Now I'm going to mix everything together. Okay, so now if this was going to be a vegetarian soup, you could pretty much stop right here. You can add some brown rice to this as well as any beans you like. And the chicken bouillon cubes will give you that chicken flavor. But I'm going to continue on using a whole roaster. Okay, so my whole roaster is here, and as you can see, I've added the water. Make sure that if you get your whole roaster, you take out the gizzard pouch. It's usually inside of the chicken, so don't forget to do that. I'm going to add some vinegar to it, and I'm just going to basically give it a bath in here, and then add it to my soup. Okay, so we're going to add our roaster to the soup. I'm going to stir now to allow for my roaster to go underneath my vegetables. And of course, with this recipe, you can always add your roaster first, and then you can do this step. Okay, so now my roaster is completely covered, and most of the veggies that are underneath are still underneath it, as well as the bird being covered. We're going to put a top on this. Okay, so we add our top, and I have the stove on pretty low. I would say it's medium. It's not like super low. It's like medium. I'll come back in about an hour just to give you guys an update. And all right, it's been an hour and I had to slightly tip my lid because as you can see, it was spilling and making a mess. It smells amazing in here. It smells so delicious. I'm just going to flip my bird. Alright, so most of my vegetables are pretty much cooked. I mean, after an hour in boiling water, they are cooked. But we need to make sure that our bird is completely cooked. So, just flipped it so it can cook evenly. And it's going to cook for about another hour or so. Alright, it's been 2 hours. And for the past hour, my soup has been on a very low heat. About like that. And at this point you can either just like eat around the chicken and then like take pieces of it, or you can like break it up. So I like to stick my spoon right down the middle of the chicken, and after cooking for 2 hours in all this water, your chicken will literally just split in half with very little force. As you can see here, I just split this chicken right in half. Very little force. And if you enjoy the white meat, you just, you know, take your breast. And if you like dark meat like me, you have your dark meat here. Grab that thigh. And your broth is going to be absolutely delicious. So let's pour some. Or let's serve some. Got my bowl ready. Get some of the hearty vegetables. Now get the broth. And now for some chicken. And there we go. And now this big pot, if you have a very large family, should last you more than half a week. And if you're a very small family like my husband and I, this will last you all week. So we will be having soup a lot. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy recipe. It's quick to prep, but of course you need a couple hours to make it. But nonetheless, it's going to be delicious. Take care. Love you for watching. Bye.
I usually will roar like a lion, and then he'll give the lion a kiss. So the lion roars in the jungle while the monkey swings in the tree.